It's that time again.
Watch out!
Here it comes.
Watch out!
Here it comes.
Watch out!
Here it comes.
Watch out!
Welcome to the Courtside Podcast. I'm your host, Wayno, and with me, the People's Champ, Vinrok. Vince, welcome back to the show.
Wayne Michael Hunt. Good finally to be back with you. And what's the other guy's name? Stu. Good to be back.
Hey, you gotta wait for the fucking introductions. And of course, we're joined by Sydney's second richest man, Stu Benson.
It was anticlimactic. I was just introduced and it was kind of ordinary. Hello, gentlemen.
I've out of practice, mate. Out of practice. It's been a while.
You didn't read the notes?
Yeah. I've been emailing you all the notes, Benson. You never check.
Yeah, I don't read it. I don't read any emails. So there's that.
Oh, gentlemen. If you would have told me at the start of this season that we would end up with the Phoenix Suns, Milwaukee Bucks NBA Finals.
Mate, I picked it. Go back and listen to the show.
Go back and listen to it. I've got to say, I've really enjoyed the playoffs thus far, leading up to the NBA Finals, of course. Man, we should touch on some of those other teams as well, but I'm excited for this finals series. I'm excited. There's going to be a new champ crowned. It's intriguing.
Oh, I've got to admit, I'm pretty excited about it. You're right. It is good to see teams like Atlanta getting deep. Ooh. And just thinking to yourself, could Atlanta make it? Could we finally see the Hawks in the finals? Fell just short, but yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think. Unfortunately, there's a few injuries. Main one being Giannis, but should still be a good series.
Yeah. Goodness, it's certainly been an injury-littered playoffs, but yeah, I'll co-sign what you guys just said. I mean, these are two small market teams. Phoenix Suns, 3 years at the bottom of the Western Conference, just 18 months ago. What a turnaround! I'm sure we'll talk about it in the show, but it's exciting. We get to see familiar faces that don't always get the national spotlight, and some cool stories in there as well. I mean, Chris Paul finally making it, and all these other little narratives that they're going to make it very entertaining. Let's hope it goes to 7.
Do you think, we played a shortened year, and I know it's been a crazy year for a lot of teams, like a lot of the practice times and stuff like that were cancelled this season for teams. I know Memphis went through a whole stack of them where we just didn't practice and we played the next game, basically. I know that happened for a lot of teams. A lot of, I suppose, haters or naysayers out there, saying that Suns didn't deserve it because they're basically, they're only there because other teams' star players and stuff got hurt, which I think is total fucking crap, to be honest.
It's not total fucking crap.
It's a bit of crap, man. Injuries are part of it. They're playing less games as well. Give me a spell.
Look, you need a bit of luck to make the finals and win the finals, and they've got the luck. Good luck to them.
I totally agree. I mean, whether those injuries happen in the playoffs or they happen during the regular season, injuries affect seeding. Injuries affect whether you finish 9th or 4th. They're unavoidable. Yeah, we've had those shitty playoffs with regards to them, but they're unavoidable. And you can only play the team that's in front of you. And they beat them time after time again.
Yep, 100%.
Can we not take away, the moment from guys like Monty Williams, who's over the last few years, been through hell, had his whole family wiped out. Don't take it away from him. Just people talking shit like that.
Totally agree.
Let him enjoy it. Let Chris Paul enjoy it.
Yeah, so long as we all agree that with a healthy Anthony Davis, the Lakers win. But apart from that,
we agree. Don't worry.
Oh, Jesus. I've been a fan for a while. I'm pretty sure both you gentlemen have been fans as well, but I'm really glad to see Drew Holiday get some spotlight. You know, you mentioned the Giannis injury in that last series against Atlanta, Vince, and it was great to see Middleton and Drew step up.
Yeah, and Brook Lopez, let's not forget that big game he had. I think it was game 5.
Yeah.
Absolutely balled out. And I've never seen Lopez that aggressive going to the basket and dunking. I don't know where that came from, but it was great to see. But
he definitely didn't, didn't have much
Chris,
of that in the Lakers.
I was thinking that while I was watching. But guys like Chris Middleton, who did cop it, and I was one who gave it to him.
I hope you did. Oh, my God.
Over the years for just not performing in the playoffs, and he stepped up. Like when it mattered, he was there. He was dropping threes in the fourth, and again, Drew Holiday to make it as well. Stepped up. I was a bit iffy on Drew, but yeah, he showed the basketball world what he's made of, which is good to see.
Yeah, I think you were hammering him because of his contract, actually, earlier this year.
It's a shit contract, but
in saying that, you know, he did what I think we were all. I mean, we know the dude can score, but it's just I think for us outside looking in, it's like just got to stay aggressive. And with Giannis going down, like Drew mentioned it in some of the presses today, like, you know, as bad as that is, it was actually a good thing because it kind of lit a fire under everyone.
100%. And, you know, if you're looking at X's and O's and things that you can do on a basketball court, I mean, in a lot of different categories, I understand that Giannis' ceiling is so huge because of his height and his length and his age and his skill set. But if you're talking about putting the ball in the hoop, Middleton's my guy. If I had to pick between the two of them, Kendrick Perkins made a pretty hot take saying that, you know, that Giannis is Robin to Middleton's Batman, and that's the way that they will win multiple championships, almost like that LeBron-Wade concession in Miami. But you know what? I mean, I don't think he's too far off the mark. You put the rock in his hand, and my God, he had 2 in games 5 and 6. His third quarter in one, fourth quarter in the other, just literally unguardable.
Yeah. I have to say, before I was just really happy these two teams meet, and I was really happy that the superstar Brooklyn Nets fucking failed. Well, yeah, hate it all you want. I'll embrace the haterade for that Brooklyn squad, but my God, it was fantastic to see them.
It was, and again, Milwaukee copped some luck there because Harden was not 100%. Believe me,
Harden wasn't bloody.
I do not care.
%.
No, but I'm just glad they didn't fucking win. Like, I'm so happy. I actually like the Atlanta Bucks series. I was like, I actually don't care who wins now. Like, that was my finals. They lost, and good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, they were gonna win.
They look freaking dangerous, man. Like, the offense is crazy. I mean, even when Harden was out, like, that's that thing with so many like star players. They each only have to put together a quarter of good basketball.
They would have. A healthy Brooklyn.
They can blow you
away.
away
Healthy Lakers.
Quick.
I mean, even Blake, fantastic.
Mate, I'm telling you, a healthy Brooklyn, we're going to be the healthy Lakers.
Stop it.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Stop it.
Listen,
I think...
Mate, we dodged a bullet this year.
I think lockdown is messing with your head. Just...
I forever hope Kyrie Irving never gets another ring without LeBron. That's how I am now.
I'm seriously worried about Benson.
They're calling to trade.
Blasphemy.
They're calling to trade Kyrie now, so we might get him. He might win another one with LeBron.
Jesus.
They're calling to trade him? I didn't say that.
Yeah, they're saying he's expendable.
Well, I would not wish that player on any team right now. We should touch on, before we jump back into the Bucks Suns series that's about to go down. We should touch on, I think, those teams knocked out. So, I mean, we've touched on it at the top of the show. That Atlanta team, my goodness, like that last game, Trey, I don't know if you guys agree. I kind of felt like they should have maybe played without him. I feel like kind of hurt him, kind of shot him out of the game. But, I mean, that game is what it is, and I understand him, wanting to step up. But I just like, oh, man. But, I mean, before the injury, man, that Atlanta team, holy smokes.
I think you have to play Trae Young, man. I mean, they're going to live and die with Trae Young. He's their franchise guy. But you know what the scary thing about Atlanta is? Yeah, they're going to tinker with the roster, but Trae Young's still getting better. Collins is still getting better. Hunter's getting better. Reddish will get better. Old Fanderpants, what's his name? Kevin Huerter's getting better. They're going to just improve even more next year.
Man, I just looked at that last game, man. I was like, you just keep feeding Reddish. Reddish was feeling it, and then they stopped feeding the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But you're dead right. I mean, they balled out. McMillan gets a 4-year extension. They got the interim tag off him, and he's the coach now for the next 4 years for Atlanta. I mean, look, they definitely responded to him. What a turnaround year. I mean, I still feel like they are a situation from a disgruntled. I still don't really buy the Collins Young mash.
They seem to have ironed that out, though. You could tell that there was tension, but
that's the thing. Winning fixes a lot of things. I feel like they're the next spat from like Collins getting traded. I mean, they've tried to trade him like for the past 2 seasons now.
Wayne, it's because they weren't winning. Like he just. We said it for years. As long as they win, they have an issue. As long as they're winning and contending like they are now, they won't have an issue. Your wallpaper over the cracks with winning.
You're breaking up a bit on my end, man.
Yeah, you were on my end as well.
Where did you lose me?
Most of it, yeah. Still now.
Hang on.
Also got you, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Atlanta, Stu, what are improvements for this?
I don't know. I mean, you've got Lou Williams, you've got Gallinari. Like, I think they've kind of got a bit of a mix. I mean, and particularly when it comes to working out the best chicken and strip joints in Atlanta, they know where to go to. But Lou's got them covered. But, I don't know. I really like their mix. I liked, what's his name? Onyeka Okongwu. The young kid who used to run around with the Ball brothers. Really came into his own. Timely shot blocker, not intimidated by anything, did not back down from any big moments, like wanted the ball. Like he was doing things in the third and fourth quarters that someone, with his experience, I mean, this is a rook, and he did not shy down. He kind of, to a degree, might make John Collins expendable, but I do think, as you guys both said, winning does change everything. They've locked in, they've locked in their coach. I'd love to think they just stick with the formula. Like they are on the rise. They are literally a Trae Young freakish treading on a referee's foot injury away from potentially, playing in the NBA Finals this week. So I'd stick with it. Yeah, true. Steady as she goes. And their black uniforms, their black MLK uniforms are absolutely fire. It looks so good. Yeah. Yeah. So, look, I don't think disappointing. Disappointing, I don't get to see them in the finals because I'm a massive Trae Young fan, have been since the minute he was drafted. Yeah. So I would have loved to have seen him repping the East. But just the rise of him and Luka in the West, and the NBA is in such good hands. Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Let's jump to the Western Conference and that team that Phoenix knocked out, the Clippers. I've got to give one of those dudes some credit. PG? Dude, just not just a phenomenal series, a really, really commendable playoff run. Like, honestly, a couple of missed free throws here and there, that's pressure. And, to a degree, did it cost them games or OTs and things like that? Maybe, but dude, like he did not shy away from anything. Yeah. One of our favorites, Vince, Reggie Jackson. Ooh, Reggie Jackson, man, he have a series. My God.
Look, I know they're missing Kawhi, obviously, like a massive piece for them, but man, like, and I don't like Ty Lue, but my God, some of those guys really stepped up in his absence, and I mean, pushed him to the brink. So I don't know, man. I don't know about this Clippers squad. I don't know how I feel about Kawhi.
What injury has he got?
I don't know.
Knee, but they're just saying it's a really, really bad sprain because everyone thought he did his ACL, but sprain.
I just feel. Do you guys just feel like maybe there's a bit too much politics with Kawhi?
I think it seems like he's got a lot of shit going on off court, and he's like, I don't know. Has he even spoken to them about his injury? Like, no one knows what's going on. Like,
yeah, very shadows of
I don't
San
know.
Antonio, right?
He's just this weird enigma, and I mean, I know that. Look, I'm only speculating here, but obviously there's like a lot of rumblings as far as, you know, I think his brother handles him and his affairs and whatnot, or maybe his uncle, can't quite remember, but
Yeah, it's his uncle.
his uncle, right? Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like, I mean, it's funny, we went from talking about Trae Young and like, should he be played? Did he hurt it? And then to Kawhi, to just kind of like this. I mean, I was with you, Vince, like this weird injury. Like, what?
Woj reported it. I think it was him. Don't quote me. It was a partial ACL tear.
Right.
I think that's what they originally diagnosed it as. But I don't know. Yeah,
But is
Who
that
knows?
being a player like Kawhi and all the drama we know that went down with San Antonio? Like, is he now this player that like will refuse to play on the slightest of injury?
It's got to be serious, because when he was at Toronto, he played with that like quad issue.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I've got to think if he thought he could go on it, he would. So it's got to be something serious.
They're saying
And I'm sticking with the partial tear.
They're saying MCL sprain, so like a high grade MCL sprain. That's what I'm reading right now. Somebody's gotten in his ear and said, "Dude, if you play on this and if this ruptures, you're on the sideline for a year." And he's probably just weighed it up, risk analysis wise, and just gone, "I'm not doing that."
He's not gonna leave, is he? Like, there's little murmurings that he might go, but where's he going to go that's going to give him a chance to win like this?
Yeah, I don't think there's a better situation for him, to be honest.
No.
I fucking hate the Clippers, but I don't think there's a better situation for him.
Are they moving that team? Are they off to
Freaking hope so. Get the hell out of our building.
That was the rumor, right? That was the
Anaheim?
They're building, but I don't know where
Yeah.
it is.
Anaheim,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Inglewood, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. They're doing they bought the Western Forum, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Inglewood in DeRozan's stomping grounds.
Well, they can be Inglewood Clippers.
Okay, yeah, they are. Yeah, it'll be Inglewood.
Anyway, I mean, look,
Who cares? Clippers.
it is the Clippers, but I mean, is it a similar sort of situation? You know, we're talking about Atlanta, and just steady the course. I mean, like the Kawhi factor aside, do you stick with what you got if you're the Clippers, or is it just more tinkering at the roster? Is it what's?
Well, Reggie's getting paid. Reggie's going to get paid.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll keep him, but they're going to tinker. They're going to tinker. They might look to upgrade the centre, put Zubac to the bench. They keep Morris. They keep obviously going to keep George, Kawhi.
Jeez.
Is it Terrence Mann? He looks promising.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had that really good game, and everyone just got on his dick. It's like, okay, had that good game, didn't do much after. Let's calm down.
It was really good.
Yeah,
They didn't give him a lot of rock after that game, which is weird. I mean, a guy comes out and does that. I mean, you don't look for him. You don't play him as Paul George as Robin for a game or two. They really didn't. It was fucking weird.
I think they were looking for George to kind of close it out, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, totally. Those score lines, totally different without Reggie Jackson. Totally different.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, interesting times for the Clippers. Look, let's jump to the main card, shall we? Bucks, Suns. We have talked a little bit about Milwaukee and Drew and Middleton and Giannis, of course. I mean, Giannis, from what I'm hearing, is doubtful for game one. I don't think they play him. Why would you risk it?
Can I just say, many years ago, played at Nunawading, I hyperextended my knee. Okay. It was a Thursday night.
After a dunk?
And
Windmill.
no, just going after a loose ball, as I do. And
Rodman style.
Rodman-esque. And honestly, I thought I blew my knee out. It was that painful.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I fronted up and played Tuesday night. Okay,
Mate, when the stakes is high.
With your cape on?
Fucking hell, I can't believe you risked your contract like that.
I know. And so, Giannis, if I can do it.
Mate, it's a fair call. It's a good take.
Seriously, if I can do it.
No excuses at all.
Yeah, I just strap it up, mate. I shouldn't I? Just strap it up.
Tweet him. Let him know.
Yeah. No, I'm confident it can be done.
We can harden the fuck up.
You didn't tear a ligament. You didn't tear it, all right? You just harden up.
He's not playing.
He's not playing at all.
No, he's not playing. Despite your pep talk, he's not
Benson.
I'm sure Stu, he'll listen to this on the replay and be like, you know what?
Well, I wasn't going to play, but I got the tweet from Vince Germano down in Melbourne in Victoria, and I think I play.
Okay,
play the game.
That's the worst.
That is spot on
accent I've ever heard in my life.
Nah, you nailed it.
Look, it can be done. I'm proof it can be done. Hyperextension, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday backed up, fifth day backed up and played. Can be done. That's all I'm saying.
I think you'll be back game 2. I don't think you'll. I think Suns are actually favourites to win.
Yeah.
To win the.
Yeah, they would be.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I love what the Phoenix Suns have done this season, and man, what a turnaround! And I mean, it just says a lot. I think it says a lot about Chris Paul. I feel, and the new direction with that James Jones had put in place a couple of seasons ago, and to build around Booker, and they finally got him a point guard, which he'd been screaming about for seasons. Come on,
he had Rubio.
I mean, that's true. But that's the thing. Like, they had success with Rubio too. Them last season in the bubble with Rubio, like, they had success. And then obviously, the upgrade of the point guard position, bringing CP3. It says a lot too about, I think, what happened in Houston with Harden. And like, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, you've got to respect the guy's game. Like, I've definitely hated Chris Paul's guts at times. But I've always respected the hell out of him.
Right with you.
I've always held him in high regard as far as a point guard goes. Like, yeah, he can run the team and he can get you places. I am still like a little bit worried about Booker, and I love that he plays with the chip on his shoulder, but I just feel like sometimes he's just got to like chill.
Wayne, you don't have to worry about Booker. Seriously.
I'm just saying, I don't want to get tossed out of a game. Like,
he's going to have some big games. I'm telling you,
no doubt. I mean, he's been having big. I just find it funny that these two teams, like, you got a guy like Middleton and you got a guy like Booker, and then both mid-range shooters, right? And that's really won out each conference this year. Where past years people try and replicate Golden State or whatnot and shoot behind the arc. I just feel like that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's really like a matchup of the mid-range game for this squad.
Nice to see, but there will be a shit ton of threes in this series. Don't kid yourself about that.
But you know what I'm glad about?
That's been the knife, that mid-range game for both those squads. Like, when those outside shots aren't there, it's like they've killed them. They've killed them with that mid-range.
Yeah, and Chris Paul, Jesus Christ, his penetrate into the key and then that 12-foot pop shot is unbelievable.
Right.
You know what I'm excited about?
What's that? Phoenix Gorilla?
That if Phoenix win, they've won with a legit 7-footer in the middle, and it's going to start to turn again. Teams are going to go, shit, we need a 7-footer.
Aiton, man. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, what a beast.
Love that kid, man. God damn.
He's getting paid.
How happy is that Torrey Craig right now?
Yeah. Getting a ring.
Gets a ring either way.
Either way.
Oh, mate, he's got a good
But
age.
if the Bucks get it, hang on, who's he playing for? I'm lost track. Who's he
He's playing
for?
for Phoenix.
Phoenix. But it's a bit hollow, isn't it? If the Bucks win it and he gets a ring, it's a bit hollow. But
Yeah.
Nah. Take it.
I'll take one.
Fucking hell.
just
Boogie
take
got one.
it.
Ask
You
Andrew
could
Gaze who feels.
You could Ask who?
Ask Andrew Gaze if he feels like handing back his ring because the minutes or whatnot.
I'm sure he doesn't feel like handing it back, but you really think Gazy felt a massive part of it?
Well, that's what I mean.
And I've only seen him wear it once. It was when he got it.
Let's hear some X factors for each team, guys.
X Factor. Well, I hate him with a passion.
Raise your
but
ass. Let's do it.
Unfortunately, Bobby Portis is a massive X Factor.
Yes, he is, man.
Woohoo.
Shut the hell up, Wayne. I'll come up there and I'll slap you sideways. As soon as the borders are open.
I love me some Porter, so I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. Shut up. That's all I'm saying. Now, look, did I mention how much I hate him? But I'll give him credit. Jeez, he stepped up when he got the starting gig. Massively.
He's been good all year, bro. For Milwaukee.
Don't go too far with me, Wayne. The Milwaukee's bench is a massive X factor. I don't know where else they can get some scoring from. Especially if Giannis isn't playing. Even when he was playing, the bench wasn't really producing. And do not look at Jeff Teague to produce anything. They should just, if they win, get his ring, retire.
No, you know what's going to happen? He's going to have that. He does it all the time. Go to the NBA Finals and then get him a big contract with fucking Detroit or something. You watch, mark my words. You'll win in the game, you'll drop 30, Detroit will be like, point guard of the future. Bring him in.
I've always liked Jeff Teague, but he's done. He's cool.
The game has passed him.
Yeah. And on the Phoenix side, I think Johnson's an X factor there. Like if he's hitting the outside shot.
Oh, nice.
And Bridges. Bridges, a bit more consistency I want to see from Bridges.
I like Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, I do too, but he just seems to have a good game, and then the next game he's got 5 points.
Yeah, agree.
They're going to need more from him. But Phoenix are just a really good, consistent team.
Stu, connect factors.
Yeah, look, I think the steady hand of Chris Paul is going to be big. Milwaukee don't have that. They don't have that guy. They don't have that player in terms of tenure, and in terms of I don't know, just reverence in the game. I think that it's a big X factor. It's a coach on the court, and not only that, it's a very, very, very productive one. So I think he's going to steer their ship and be a cool hand for a team that's never been in this position. Whereas on the other side of the court, you've got a team that equally hasn't been in this position, but that is going to be reliant on effectively a roster 6 or 7 deep. Again, as you guys said, they're not very deep. Their bench is a concern. And again, they've got the injury to their superstar. So, I think, I don't know. I think, with the exception of Chris Paul, I just like what Monty's got in terms of options off the bench and options to spread the floor. You mentioned Cam Johnson. I love him. They can really spread it. Saric is giving them not a lot of minutes, but when he's on the court, he drags opposing 5s and 4s out of the key because you've got to watch him off the dribble or you've got to watch his pop shot. So they've got a lot of things that they can throw at this Bucks team. We mentioned him at the start of the show. I think Drew has the potential to have a very good game. He can really make Chris Paul's series a nightmare. He's bigger than him. He's stronger than him. And he's a very, very good defender. Plus, when he wants to, he can score with the best of them. So I don't know. I cannot get my head around the fact that Milwaukee, looking at their roster, is quite shallow. And without Giannis, I don't know. There's a reason why they're not the favourites.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree.
I did say in a comment thread that on the internet that I do think that they should really exploit. Not exploit. It's probably not the right word because Ayton's a fair defender and he's pretty good footwork wise. But I do think Brook Lopez, funnily enough, is the better of the two in the matchup. In the sense that he can take Ayton further away from the basket than Ayton can take him. And he's a little bit bigger. He's got, just a really good connection with Drew in terms of alley oops and things like that. Like, I don't know whether or not the Bucks will run a lot through Brook, but we saw them do it in the last series, and man, he had some massive games.
Yeah, so my only counter to that is I kind of feel a little bit reverse now. I'm just wondering if Brooks can keep up with Ayton. You know, if Phoenix get out and run, I just can't see keeping up with Ayton and those young legs. And he likes the lobs. Do you know what I mean? He likes if it gets loaded right up, then I could definitely see Brooks. Just the extra length and whatnot. But
I think they're going to. You're right. I think they're going to counter each other because I think that Bucks are going to want to slow this series down as much as they can. And on the flip side, Suns are going to run.
Yeah, I mean, my X factors, I suppose, touch on both of your points. I think Drew Holiday is really going to, if Milwaukee can keep that same focus from that last game, and you have Drew Holiday and Middleton, aggressive, then I think they could actually catch Phoenix off guard, and on the back foot. And, that could be dangerous for a team who hasn't been there before. Like we've said, both these teams haven't been there, but, that could be enough to get them game one and enough to get Giannis back into uniform. So, I think that's dangerous. I think Bryn Forbes for Milwaukee is going to be dangerous because I think he's going to be forgotten about and he's a great outside shooter and he'll knock them down. They do feel a little bit light, but, I do feel like Bobby Porter's been having a great year, and he has, and I think he could have been
a great year. He's had an okay year.
I think he could have been.
I think he's had a better
all-star.
year. I think he's had a better year than Nikola Mirotic. That's who you sided with.
The other thing with Milwaukee is as good as what can I think right now? Drew Holiday is defensively. I mean, if he needs a rest and they need him to take on with the scoring load, they've still got PJ Tucker. And Tucker can definitely. I mean, look, it won't be easy covering Chris Paul for Tucker, but you can do it. You can do it on a pinch for sure. With Phoenix, again, I think Sarek could be an X factor in this because he likes to play, a bit of back to the basket game. And watching Phoenix games this year, I feel like him and Chris Paul just have a good connection. And he's a blue collar worker, like he'll scrap for it. Like he's been fantastic. Yeah, I want Mikal Bridges to have a good game, but I totally agree with you, Vince. Like he can be spot. Can see it, and I think a guy like Jay Crowder is always a bit of a danger because he always tends to hit big shots. So
ultimate glue guy, Jay Crowder.
There's not a team in the league that doesn't want a Jay Crowder.
I miss him in a Memphis uniform. God damn it! All right, so there are.
Benny doesn't miss it.
Hey, calm down. Let's get some predictions, guys. Who we got? Who's walking away with the chip this year?
Look, I'm going to say Phoenix are walking away with it for a few reasons. I think they're the healthiest team. Mm-hmm. I think they're the better team. But if Milwaukee can pinch the first game without Giannis, I think that'll be a massive confidence booster. Middleton's probably going to be guarding Booker the whole series. Holiday on Chris Paul. It's going to take a massive effort on both ends. But, yeah, like I said, I think Phoenix are the better and the healthier team, so I'm going to have to go with them. And Milwaukee's bench just worries me too much to pick them. I mean, I don't care who wins. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Happy for but yeah, I think it's going to be fair.
You.
As far as I'm concerned, I think there's only one answer. Suns in 4.
Suns in 4. Suns in 4. Beat up a Clipper fan.
No,
I was a Denver fan.
Denver fan, yeah.
Denver fan.
If I can't say Lakers in 3, I'm going to say Suns in 4. I don't think Giannis comes back, and I think if he does come back, and if he comes back for a game, I think it'll be shaky, and I think he'll be on minute restriction, and I don't think he'll be the same.
A sweep?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
What?
Yeah, hey, fuck it. I'll talk to you next week. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks' time.
Sweet. Oh man.
What? Oh yeah. No way. Look, I would hate to see Chris Paul retire without a title and have that whole shit with Barkley like hanging over his head for his career. So I would love to see him win a chip. But I think Milwaukee have got this. I think they just need to stay course, play the way they've been playing, like that last game. They can stay aggressive. All those things I meant. I mean, I'm a bit like you, Vince. Honestly, like either team wins, I'll be happy. But I think Milwaukee got this. And I think knowing Giannis, the way we know Giannis, we got him on speed dial, all that stuff, that he's going to do everything he can to get back on the court. And I don't know. I just feel like even him at half strength is still better than a lot of the guys on Phoenix roster. So I kind of feel like they turned a corner with that Atlanta series, to be honest. And, yeah, I think they're going to win the chip.
I think Aiton's going to have a massive series against Lopez. I think he's too quick for Lopez. Lopez is going to hit some shots, but the Suns' bench is better too. And yeah, I don't know, man. I keep going back to that bench with Milwaukee. It just does not. I don't know why Forbes doesn't get more minutes.
You're going to walk away from this series, and teams are going to be like, "Why do we let Drew Holiday slip through our fingers?"
He's got to have a series and a half. Seriously,
he's been playing great, man. I mean,
he has, but he's oh man. There's so many players I like.
Yeah.
And he's one of them. And it's like, man, I'd like to see him get a ring, but I keep thinking of that bench.
I just feel like it
just doesn't feel
like, I know the Laker boys didn't, make it through this season and whatnot, but it's like, man, I just feel like we've had the same teams for the past 10 years. And I just, a nice breath of fresh air, not the chip.
Well, don't get used to it because I'm telling you now, Lakers in 4 next season. Don't worry about that. But you're right, though, Wayne. Giannis, even at 60%, is better than Bobby Portis. Who had a great year, apparently.
I agree, but, he has had a great year.
Bobby Portis has got to give him that punch off the bench,
Literally.
Hey, send his ass back overseas, right? Which is funny because he was playing for Milwaukee before he left. So
I can't believe you condone King hitting someone from behind, but hey, whatever.
Look, I'm not saying that he deserved it. I'm just saying.
This is why New South Wales is in the state it's in, mate.
Because I'm there, mate.
Yeah, can't have nice things.
Yeah. Look, I hope Mallory Edens finds her puppy.
Oh, I forgot about her. Jeez.
You didn't factor the Mallory factor, Stu.
Oh, hey.
I'm all in on the bus.
Mallory, Mallory at least once a week, boys. Don't worry about
that. Her and Benson compare bank accounts.
Mate, we've exchanged a couple of DMs on Instagram. Don't worry.
Well, you are everywhere in Sydney, mate. You've been everywhere. That's still bad. You're the number one auctioneer in Australia. You've been on Sunrise. You've been on the Block. Been on a Current Affair.
I have, or was I? Or was that my doppelganger?
Just you're getting up there, mate. I'm telling you, in 10 years you'll be running New South Wales.
Or I'll be running an NBA team.
That's
Bring
right.
you boys in. We'll be in that office.
I just want a cushy, do nothing job that is well paying. So
I thought you were a teacher's aide.
wow, that's I'm semi-retired. Just so you know. But that's all.
Sun's in form,
When's the game's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, man.
Game one? Yeah,
Yeah, tomorrow.
Whew. Wow. How long have we been recording for, Vince?
43
I don't think
minutes.
it's been that long.
43 minutes.
Yeah. You want to jump into any other topics?
Oh, did we? We didn't do any awards. I mean, the awards have all been given out, but do we? I mean, what else have we got coming up? The Boomers are coming up. Benny Simmons has dogged us. What do we want to talk about?
What? All right.
Fuck that.
Let's jump in. Let's talk some Boomers. This Boomer squad, I mean, bit frustrating. I mean, we should talk about the Ben Simmons stuff, I suppose, and, his series. And, I mean, I can't wait to watch all the Instagram videos uploaded of him hitting all these jump shots and all these moves to the basket, and then we hit the season. And, I mean, this is the biggest thing, right? If he snubs the Boomers and doesn't come back with a jump shot next year, then everyone else is going to be pissed at him. Second of all,
We already are.
why not go with the Boomers where you've got a guy like Joe Ingles and a guy like Patty Mills who can shoot the lights out of the rock and fucking learn a thing or two?
Not only them, Aaron Baines, who had no jump shot and is now a legit threat from downtown.
But also, way to waste the prime of some of our top NBA players in, next 4 years rolls around, those guys won't even be playing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I don't think he cares, and I think he's surrounded by people. I listened to the Rogues Bogues podcast that Bogues put out yesterday or the day before, and big segment on this. And, from an insider's perspective, which Bogues does have, it sounds like a lot of it's just his entourage, his people, and his people that he listens to. And, they're all about the next check and the NBA contracts and everything else be damned. And this is just seen as risk and jeopardy and nothing that they want to put in the way of an NBA paycheck. It's fucked.
It's retarded, man. I don't understand it.
He's cost us some money. He really has.
I just feel like, you got Ingles who led the league in 3-point percentage. Is that true? That's true. Or close to. You got Patty Mills who's been...
He's up there.
Yeah, and Patty Mills has been lights out, and can shoot the rock. I mean, he's a sixth man off the bench for the Spurs for a reason. I mean, as if you couldn't train with the Boomers and hang back with those guys and let them go through stuff and get some reps up with those. What better teachers?
Yeah, it's a severance of just business relationship with Basketball Australia, and it's been going on for years and years.
I know he was pissed that he got snubbed a couple of years ago, and he felt really burnt by that. By the Boomers squad, but I just feel like, man, come on, I'm let bygones be bygones. The Australian team, you don't even have the same coach anymore. Everything's different, and this is your best chance. And I just sort of thought that after all the criticism and whatnot, wouldn't it be a great way for him to shove it down all the naysayers' throats and go out and have a blinder in the Olympics?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Look, I'm not at that level anymore. I mean, my Olympic days are behind me, but you know, you get that call.
You play on a Tuesday?
Yeah. Listen, you get that call up and you get a chance to represent your country, which is what a lot of people grow up and dream about. And you've got so much talent in your little finger that you've got an open invitation to play on that squad, and you decline it. To do what? To go to Hollywood and do open runs in gyms with all due respect, like with Michael Beasley and you know, these guys who are just there to, you know, post a couple of videos on Instagram. I mean, I don't know.
He's at fucking Wimbledon right now.
I know he's at Wimbledon right now. I get it. The season just ended, so I'm okay with the fact that you need a little bit of downtime. He doesn't have to go straight into the lab. I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
Take 2 weeks off and jump into it.
No, I'm not. He's had enough
You're not?
time off. No, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'm not, because when did they get knocked out? A couple of weeks ago? Here's your 2 weeks. He should be over there with the boomers, getting his head right, talking like Wayne said, talking to Ingles, Mills, Baines. Instead, he's gone to Wimbledon. And who wants to go to England anyway? He's cost us a medal. We were so close last Olympics. It's really pissed me off, and he should. You know what? He's not going to play now. Like Benson said, Ingles and all that, or I think it was Wayne, they're going to be gone. Stuff him. Do not let him play. Don't select him anymore. And I'm sick of these American fucking agents who get in our guys' ears and go, "Oh, don't play." Fuck Bogut. Bogut is the only, like, and I know Ingles is really good and Mills is, I love Paddy Mills, but Bogut's the only, like, the big name that we had over there who, if he was right, he was playing. He wouldn't let. He's his own man. He never listened to the agents. If he was right to play, he was playing.
Yep, agree.
And look at what's happening, like, qualifiers, right? Like, you know, there's a lot to be said for gelling as a team and you know, being mates and having that and wearing that jersey with pride. I mean, look at the Canadian team at the moment. All the NBA talent you could want, and they got knocked out. But you look at the squad they're playing against, and those guys have been all playing together for years. There's a reason.
Dude,
why.
Lucas playing for Slovenia. It's always our guys. Why is it always our guys that get into the ears of? I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Fucking sick of it. It's cost us medals. Luke Longley, it took us ages to get him to play. Like, he only played in 2000, I think, because or 96, did he? I can't even remember. But it's pissing me off. It's costing us medals.
I think he declined. I think
always our guys.
2000 he had his ankle surgery.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I do love the fact that Matisse Thybulle, by comparison, jumped straight on the plane.
That's great.
Which is fantastic. But on Bogue's podcast, he was saying that when Simmons came and did one scrimmage with them before the Melbourne exhibition game, 2 years ago when they played in the outdoor stadium, he said that one scrimmage, he said it was freaky. He said the guy was clearly, and not even close, the best basketball player on the court. Everybody fed off him. He fed off them, and it just felt like it just felt like home. It was like, holy fuck, like, we're going to win a medal. Like, it felt, and he would have known that too. And here we are 3 years later with an opportunity to represent your country, and he's fucking AWOL. I just don't rate it.
I mean, yeah, I just think, man, he's going to cop it end of next year when he comes back. He doesn't have a jump shot, or we see all these clips again, because that's what happened last year. We saw all these clips of him work out and hitting J's and hitting threes and whatnot. Cool. But, you know, and then we saw, a couple of games that Doc's kind of, like, encouraged him to shoot more, and the next game he hit one and it's a big deal, and it's like, then nothing. You know, and I know he clamped down and really took the defensive challenge, and, like, it's not a knock on him as far as, like, we don't feel like he's a good player. We think he's a fucking great player. But
if I'm Philly, I'm moving on. I'm shipping him off this summer. 100%. He's gone.
I'm with you, man. Like, I mean, I just feel like you get how long do you think Embiid has before his body's broken down? Do you know what I mean? He's already missing a clump of games. I'm not saying he's like end of next year he's done. I'm just saying, like, how long do you waste his time for Ben Simmons to develop his that may never come?
Yeah, I ride Embiid and surround Embiid, and I'm fine with Harris being a third guy. He's not your second best player, but I'm fine. He's a very good third player, and I think there's a team out there that would clear shop. You'd get some decent borderline all-stars and some draft picks, and I'd cut ties.
You get a shit
Philly. I think Philly are enamoured with him, and I think Philly do trust the process, and I think they'll bring him back, but there's no way I would.
I don't think that. I think Doc's saying all the right things right now because he doesn't want to hurt trade value for Ben Simmons.
I think that's also true. Yeah, okay.
I think Doc is – let's look at their GM. He's not afraid to make moves, big moves.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? I think he said to Doc, look, don't fuck this up. We'll get you a point guard. We'll get you a point guard. I mean, and it's not as if you can even say it's Doc's fault. He's had a point guard who couldn't shoot, but he did all the other things.
Mm.
Look at Rondo in Boston.
Yeah.
But so I feel like Simmons has had his chance. I think he keeps blowing. I think the change of scenery will do him good because it won't be – he will no longer be the golden boy. The people in his camp are going to have to shut the hell up, especially if he ends up somewhere like Minnesota. And I think the ego hit is what he needs.
It's funny, like when you comment negatively on Ben Simmons in forums or online and things like that. A lot of people jump in and say you're un-Australian and you're tall poppy bashing and things like that. But for someone who was highly regarded as him and who sat his rookie year, so that that they could get him healthy and part of the process and number one draft pick and all that stuff. Like, it's not high expectations to expect this guy 5 years into his career to have a fucking jump shot. It's not.
And some last thoughts?
It's not. You're right. He should have, and it's there. Like, is it super pretty? No, but it's not that bad.
He doesn't know what hand he uses.
Yeah,
that's insane. That can't be right.
It's true though. You watch his release and it comes out of his left and it's awkward and it's a push. And he's naturally not left.
I can't tell you how angry I am. I have defended Ben Simmons. And I still believe Ben Simmons can get it done.
Dude, I believe he could be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. The whole Boomers thing has just left a sour taste in my mouth.
Or mouse.
Did you?
Mouse.
He's even pissing animals off. Did you hear about the Brogdon? Indiana offered Brogdon.
Yep. I'd fucking pull the trigger. You'd get more, but I'd pull the trigger.
Yeah, if they're going to look at that, they need to ask for something else as well.
That was the first bid.
But can I just say one more thing on the Boomers thing?
Mm-hmm.
You've got a 19-year-old Josh Green who's made the team, plays for Dallas, and he came out and said it's been a dream of his whole life to play for Australia.
Yeah,
that's fucking so refreshing. But then you've got Ben Simmons, how many kids do you see running around with Ben Simmons jerseys on?
Yeah.
You see a lot. And this prick can't even play in the Olympics for his country to at least get one medal for guys like Ingles and Mills and Baines who've rocked up to everything, every Australia game they can play, they rock up. It just far out.
I don't know about the rosters and the trials. Would Giddy have been invited if he wasn't prepping for the draft?
Well, he was invited, wasn't he? But he didn't make the team. He's on the emergency list.
Oh, okay.
Someone gets injured. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but again, these young guys who want it.
Yeah. Speaking on Giddy.
Yeah.
Fuck, is he overrated?
It's too soon. I think the hype is has overshot the talent.
Yeah. He's better than Warwick. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But I'm worried he's going to get drafted too high, and the expectations are going to be just like way too high. Yeah.
I just want to see.
Shut up, Wayne. So
I'll clean myself out.
only took me 57 minutes. Zach Harper had him going 7 to the Warriors. I'm like, there's no way I'm taking him 7.
No way.
Yeah.
Can you believe Wiseman's already out and they're actively shipping him?
Oh, yeah. They're crazy, man.
They're done. And geez, they got lucky. Listen, I said it the last time we recorded 3 years ago. Their legacy, it's just known for hitting threes. That's it.
I mean, I feel like they're the exception to the rule, though. You know, I have more of a problem with the other teams trying to replicate that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no.
Yeah, you're right.
Best shooters we've ever fucking seen in Clay and Steph. I mean,
they proved to their strength.
But that's all they're remembered for.
But that's fine. I mean, fuck.
When does anyone talk about their championships?
Hey?
When does anyone talk about their championships?
We're fucking talking about it now. What do you mean?
No, we're not. We're talking about their shooting. Talk about the shooting. Me and Benson, we talk about championships every week.
Wake up in the morning and piss championships.
Purple juice. Yeah, you got the purple shades on. Oh my goodness.
I tell you what, yeah, if we were to get back on track and talk about Giddy, that is wildly overrating him. Don't get me wrong, like he's got that all round skill set. I do like him, but Jesus Christ, he went from like borderline, like, you know, this guy's going to be exciting in the NBL to fucking top 10 NBA draft picks.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I wish him all the best, but that's too high.
It's that dangerous thing, Vince, of potential, right? And that's what teams are going to be drafting with him. And I'm actually excited to see how he does. Like, I hope it goes well when he gets drafted. I'm actually excited to see how he develops with the NBA training and the NBA coaching staffs and stuff like that. Like, you see guys make jumps. Like, we see guys all the time from college, you know, and the jumps they make due to the training and the games, I suppose, and the peak level. So I'm interested to see where he is. In saying that, you know, I feel like he's not going to come in like Luka did. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's not.
It's going to be a 2-3 year thing, and he's, you know, have to get his head around it. In saying all that and the potential side of this with him, where would you guys draft him?
Gee whiz.
Is he a first rounder?
He's probably late first round.
Yeah, I don't think he's lottery. I think he's probably just outside. If he went anywhere from, like, I don't know, 15 or 17 or something through to early 20s, I think that's fair. His upside is huge. He's 6'8" point guard. I mean, his upside is huge.
But you know what he hasn't got? A jump shot.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It's not great.
No.
But he's not afraid to shoot, so he's got that going for him.
You know who's got a pick in the late what's it called, the what do you call the early ones? Lottery. Spurs.
Oh, fuck.
That's the sort of system, you know. Like, I think they're 12th or 13th. I can't remember. I was looking at the board the other day, but I don't know. They scout internationally really well. They love international players. I don't know. Whether it's I don't know. But
see, I think Pop would be really good for him, but I don't know if Pop's going to be there more than 1 year.
That's true. I just think position-wise, I think it'd be a good draft pick for them.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Oh, side note, I know we didn't have a brain fart or anything, but just talking about that Clipper series and whatnot. Sorry to totally sidetrack.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Dogshot Beverly.
Well planned out.
I only got 1 game.
Oh, really?
1 game suspension. I feel like
he's such a dick.
No, but he also gets to sit for the NBA Finals.
Well, I mean, there's but they're the Clippers. That was never happening.
Can I just say, I hope he never, ever gets a championship ring.
He's done with you now?
He was done when he picked on Lonzo Ball, who was a kid who just played his third game.
Yeah.
He was done for me then. He's a bully, and someone needs to just give him one in the chops.
Smack him one, huh?
Yeah, he's an absolute dick of a bloke.
Yeah, I just thought it was a bit weird, the 1 game suspension for that. For starters, downright dangerous. What if you fuck Chris Paul's back up doing that? Dude, seriously.
What if he snapped his spine?
Fucking wheelchair CP wheels.
Wheelchair CP Ferry. That's a T-shirt.
I'm just saying, I thought that was pretty dangerous to just get 1 game. That's pretty weird.
What about
he's a flog. He's always been a flog.
Was there a monetary portion of that?
I don't know, but
Fuck, that's a weak that's fucking hell.
Yeah, 1 game. I don't know the
Guarantee it.
one of it. I just read the 1 game suspension, but I was like, just 1 game. Come on, fucking.
Imagine going into next season. I mean, what's Boogie wasting his techs on when Boogie could go and give a big 2-hander? I mean,
Right.
Oh, if that was Boogie, he'd be getting 20 games. He'd get 20 games.
he fucking would actually.
He just lost the season. Like, I would have thrown him. Look, I suppose before we go, we should maybe touch on some of these coaching changes. Just quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Fizdale was on his way to LA.
The Fizz, yes.
Take that for that.
Happy with that.
Yeah, I like Fizz, and I think he'll do really well.
Well, he should never have been a head coach. He's a career assistant, so I'm happy.
Yeah, but he was on Miami Heat staff, championship winning Heat staff. So
Yeah,
have got a history, and yeah, like you said, Vince. I mean, I think totally overshooting the mark, giving him a head coaching job, but he's going to definitely pad out an assistant coaching role very well.
And we're also interviewing Scott Brooks, which I'm happy
I have
with.
heard this to replace Jason Kidd.
Very happy with that.
What do you think about what happened in Dallas? Rick Carlisle leaves, signs with Indiana.
Yeah, great for Indiana. So,
do you think there's? I mean, look, all the normal reports come out, Vince, with clash with Luka and all that sort of stuff. Are you buying into that, or do you just feel like it was time?
I don't buy into the clash with Luka. But geez, he's been there a while. It's hard to say because you look at it one way, gee, I've been here a while, I need a fresh challenge. He's coached Indiana before. I just think it's time for a change. I think Luka had more of an issue with a front office guy than Rick Carlisle.
Oh, yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, there was I forget the guy's name.
Donnie?
No, Don Nelson. I did read that Don Nelson had an issue with this front office guy as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it seems like he's won the power struggle. So, I don't believe 1 second that Luka had a problem with Rick Carlisle. I mean, Rick Carlisle's put the ball in his hands from first minute of his career.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't buy into that. I just think it was literally just time for a change. I think it's not working. Something's got to change. Let's mix up the coaching position.
Remember you mocked me earlier in the events when I said I think Rick Carlisle and Dallas should part ways?
I mock you for a lot of things, Wayne, so forgive me.
You do.
If I can't remember. But I do love you. So that's all right. Start with love.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate that.
How do you think Kidd will go?
Average.
Yeah, I don't think he's a great coach.
I don't rate him as a coach, as a head coach, sorry.
I think we saw his true colours with his bounce from Brooklyn to Milwaukee, and he was trying to get in the head office. And who was he clashing with at the time? Larry Drew, I think, was maybe the head coach out in Milwaukee. And I just feel like we've
Jason Kidd wanted to be the coach GM.
He wanted to be. He moved.
He wanted both.
he moved into the head coaching position so he could jump up. And
but didn't he wanted both? Didn't he?
I don't know. That was just my impression. That was my impression. So he did.
I think that's. I forget what podcast I listened to, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. He wanted both. Didn't get it and cracked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't.
But he's
a bit of pressure. You don't want to be that coach
I see as a career
wastes
assistant.
No.
But career assistant, as great as a player he was, and I absolutely loved him as a player, I just think he's better served as a lead assistant. I mean, they raved about him in LA.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, no signs of any trouble or anything in LA, despite our clear warnings. But,
yeah, I was worried about that.
I was waiting for it. I had my big, I told you so finger ready to go. It didn't happen. I have a prediction for you guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I think Lillard's gone. I think Damian Lillard's gone. The fact that didn't even... Stotts, gets let go. I feel like maybe a little bit a similar situation to the Rick Carlisle sort of vibe in Dallas where, he'd been there for a while. They hadn't got past where they were going. But I just feel like the hiring of Chauncey Billups, there was no consultation with Lillard at all about it.
How do we know?
He's saying that's not true.
Oh, I read a report that said that was the case. But even so, not even a congrats coach, not even a, which may just be Lillard's demeanor. But end of the day, I myself personally don't feel like there was any communication with that hire because Lillard, after that series, was gone. I follow him on Instagram, all that bullshit, which could mean absolutely nothing, of course. But I don't know, just generally you hear players talk about it through their media accounts. Maybe Lillard isn't that guy, though. But I just feel like there was no communication on that hire. I'm not going to get into the whole Becky Hammond thing, Vince, because I know you had some thoughts about that on Facebook. I will just say that what was Chauncey doing last year? Was he assistant coach of anyone?
Yeah, he was Clippers, wasn't
he? This was his first year at the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't feel like he paid his dues as a coach, man. So I feel like this is a big gamble.
Okay, but he was an awesome leader as a point guard.
All right, so that's fair, but think about all those things we just said about Jason Kidd.
Yeah, okay, but we didn't know that until Jason Kidd became coach. So he's got to. They've obviously picked him for a reason. Billups has played under really good coaches, except in Minnesota. Sorry, Joey. He's played for Larry Brown, Rick Carlisle, George Karl.
So what?
But I won't get into the whole Becky Hammer thing because it's just, I think there were some guys on social media who were Portland fans going, I wanted Becky Hammond. We should have hired Becky Hammond. I'm like, well, why? Because she's qualified or because you're one of those do-gooders who think because she's a woman we should give her the job?
I think she's qualified. She's paid her dues and she's played international ball. She's played, I feel like she has earned her dues.
Yeah, she probably has. I just can't see it working in the NBA. And there's my only issue.
Yeah, look, my only issue was with who was the other guy who just got recently hired, who was under Popovich?
Udoka.
Where did he go?
Boston.
That's right. I think I had more of a problem if he didn't get hired first.
Most people did, man. Most people thought that he was going to get the Nets job before Nash did.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Yeah,
and he was in the mix to get the Philly job before Doc Rivers became available. But Becky Hammond will end up coaching the Spurs.
You reckon?
She'll definitely be the first female. There's no doubt about it. She's going to get a gig, and all reports are out of San Antonio. She's got the players' ear. There's no fucking around. She's legitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, I definitely think that Udoka was a good hire. They do think that the next one out of that sort of system of sort of those assistants who are next on the cast, Darvin Ham's name keeps getting thrown around.
Where's Sam Cassell, man? Get that guy.
He's in line for the Washington job.
Yeah.
Right.
I reckon he's a favourite to get that.
Oh, really? They reckon he's a favourite?
Yeah, they reckon. That's what I heard.
Okay.
Sources say. I think it's out of him, Wes Unseld Jr., Jamal Mosley, there was someone else.
Okay.
Can't remember the name. Yeah, they reckon Cassell's probably the favourite.
I love Udoka at Boston. I think there's going to be some trades. I think he and Stevens are going to do a lot of the things that Ainge just didn't want to do, and I think they're going to be in for an interesting 12 months, and certainly an interesting preseason.
Did that come out of nowhere for you guys? Like Ainge stepping down, then all of a sudden, wait a minute, Stevens is stepping up? I feel like it all happened in one motion, and bam.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking, gee, I wonder what Ainge is going to do next year for, like, roster-wise.
Yeah.
And then you wake up one morning and it's like Ainge resigns and Stevens... Apparently the players weren't happy with Stevens either. So
yes, I think he'd lost them halfway through the season, man.
I don't think Stevens is happy with his roster, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're quickly seeing it, right? Like, we've quickly... already made.
He clearly wanted Alf Horford to stay because he got him straight back the minute he could.
Yeah.
I reckon Jaylen Brown, I reckon he's gone.
Oh, send him our way.
Not because...
You think by his own volition, or you think they're going to trade him?
Oh, I think they're going to trade him.
Why? What makes you say that?
Wow, I wouldn't.
I think they're going to bring in more support around... I mean, look, I love Brown. I would love him in Memphis. I'll take him. Like, don't get me wrong. This is not like me having a dig at Brown, but I just think I don't think he's quite with Tatum talent level, and I think they want to do everything they can to build around him. I don't necessarily agree that splitting those two up is a bad thing. I'm just saying Brown's worth right now would be enough to bring you in a good key guy.
Mate, on any given night, you can flip the coin as to who's better out of the two of them.
He'll have that same effect that Harden did, Stu, when he got traded out of OKC. Wherever he goes, I reckon his next stop, he'll be the man.
You know what? You might be right there, but he's only getting better.
What's that? Well, I'm just saying, like, what if Boston pull a Jaylen Brown for Bradley Beal deal?
Oh, gee, that's an intriguing trade, man.
I mean, I wouldn't blink at that if I was Boston. I mean, it just means you get a little bit more ball in the hand of Tatum.
Do you though?
I think so. I think you run it through Horford at the top, and you've got Beal like from the outside. It's just. I love Bradley Beal as well, so it's like we all know what he can do.
Jeez, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Hey, speaking of the Wizards, what's this shit I hear about Westbrook coming to the Lakers?
Yeah, something will happen in the last 48 hours, and everyone's fucking talking about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we really expect him to stay in Washington?
He can stay the fuck out of LA. I can tell you that much. I don't care where he fucking goes.
Well,
you want to go to LA? Go to the Clippers.
I'll take him.
I don't want him I don't want him anywhere near my team. Fucking jacking up 20 shots and no.
So long as we ban him from having the ball in the last 2 minutes, we're fine. We'll be fine.
I would rather Wayne running the point. No,
would you trade Damian Lillard for Jaylen Brown?
Should have seen me in my heyday, Vince. Whew.
Bounce
that ball straight off my foot now. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Just to piss me and Benson off. Would I trade? No, I wouldn't. The age, mate.
Yeah,
look at the age difference. Look, Wayne. I reckon Wayne might be onto something. with Jaylen Brown. If he gets traded, he'll just bust out. But he's getting better every year. Every year he gets a bit better.
Yeah. I fucking love him. He's a throwback. He's solid at everything he does. The Damian Lillard to Lakers talk is also hype level huge. They all saw each other and caught up in a gym the other day in a free run. Right. They all acted coy and like they didn't see each other, and then they smirked and they. I don't know. I don't want to get myself too excited, but there's a lot of talk around that one.
Have to be a 3 or 14 trade, wouldn't it?
Oh no, you just re-sign Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder, you don't.
We'd give up. Salary-wise, we'd have to re-sign Schroeder to what he fucking wants. We'd have to throw in Kuzma, and we'd probably have to give up Horton Tucker and Caruso. Like, it would be a 4-for-1.
I think Portland are ready to blow it up, to be honest.
I do too.
Like, where do they go? You know, like they just fired their long-term coach. Lillard is balling out. He can't play any better than he is now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see any. I mean, if he did, be mind blowing. But I mean, he absolutely carries those guys. CJ McCollum, Melo's been great, but you know that also was a bit of a Hail Mary to some extent. I mean, if you're Lillard and you walk in this season with a new head coach, who knows what the hell kind of moves they're going to do over the summer. I mean, I know he's a loyal guy. I know he wants to, and I know he's given the shit to Westbrook and Paul George in series before about jumping teams, but, we've said it on this show, we'll see how long you feel that way once, you're spinning in the same spot, which he has been. So I kind of feel like he's gone. I feel like the coaching move is also a sign of, hey, we're ready to give Chauncey his first NBA team, but also it's going to be a real rebuild.
But would Chauncey take that job if they said, hey, it's going to be a rebuild?
Yes, because all you need is a foot in the door, and that's all they want right now.
Yeah, but if the rebuild fails, Chauncey doesn't get another job because he'll have that stank on him. He will.
Come on. How many rounds we spend the same carousel? You just need to foot in the door of that carousel and you'll be spinning around with the rest of them. It's just a matter of...
No, I don't agree with that, Wayne. I don't agree with that.
No, it's okay to be wrong.
You should be used to it. I don't agree with that at all, sorry.
It's hard to imagine that he would take that job if he thought that was coming, but looking at that roster, it's hard to believe that they would go into the season with it.
Right? I mean, some big moves need to be made. Like, I mean, look, yeah, sure. Like, maybe if you're the GM, you go, all right, let's move CJ. Let's move CJ. But if you bring in a piece that doesn't work and you piss Damian Lillard off even more, then I don't know.
I'd trade KCP for McCollum. I reckon they'd go for that. Comes with a free ankle brace.
How about this? You Boston, and you package Brown with some other stuff and bring Lillard across.
Oh man, it's the age, man. It's the age difference. I can't do it because the thing that I like about Brown and Tatum is they're both young. They can both grow together. They can both. Same goal, go for that title. Lillard's 30, 31.
Everyone's looking to make their mark, man. No one's building towards the next 10 years anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's doing that. Like, that league has gone.
Yeah, well, time's going to change.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll get worse.
What Michael J. Fox said, Back to the Future.
Had the Pelicans hired anybody?
Maybe we'll just have a complete league redraft every year, huh?
What did you say, Benson? Because he's talking shit.
I was just wondering out loud, had the Pelicans signed anybody?
No.
Okay.
So they got Van Gundy out.
Surprise, surprise.
Talk about cashing a check.
That dude, he would have been perfect in the 80s and 90s for coaching.
Yes.
But I don't know who's the favourite to get that job. Jock Vaughan pulled out.
Did he?
Yeah, he's pulled out of it. Doesn't want it. Family reasons.
I don't like David Griffin.
Why?
Really?
Very good. And here's a huge chunk why. You clearly have a run and gun team. You bring in a coach who's not a run and gun guy.
Yeah.
You then fucking ship Drew Holiday out, like a guy who's going to help all your young guys, and you bring in Eric Bledsoe. You do that, and then all year, despite him making jump in his shooting, and he clearly has a connection with your franchise guy, you threaten to trade away Lonzo Ball every month. He might be very well good at his job as far as making picks and bringing in assets and stuff like that, but he does not, mark my words, he does not know how to build a contender.
I 100% agree on the Lonzo thing. They have got a connection. Zion loves having him there as a PG.
You can see it on the court. You don't need him to tell
God,
you. I mean, I know he said it. I know, and I feel like that they have that much chemistry that Zion recognized the situation and put it out there so that to bring that to a halt. You know what I mean?
And the first thing I'd be doing is keeping him happy.
Right?
So, yeah. I would have just said, listen, I would have come out, used the media and say, I love the connection. I love the chemistry Lonzo and Zion's got. I think we can build on that.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest of the guys. Well, not the average, but Ingram.
I mean,
you got to try and keep him happy.
Yep.
I think there might be slight power struggle between Ingram and Zion. But
I just think they need to just games together, work it out. Like,
yeah, they do. You're right. And I think with they've got to get this hire right though, man, because there's already stories about Zion's entourage and family not really liking New Orleans, so they've got to get it right.
It's that thing, man, like, it's important now. Your franchise guy is super young. The last thing you want to do is have a coaching carousel and breed losing and breed bad culture, because that's all that's going to happen with a coach who knows he's on the way out. You need to bring in a guy who's going to run a system for those guys, that those guys can develop into future all-stars, but it's got to be someone who can, who fits that system. It's got to be a guy you're going to bring in for the next 5 years at least.
All right.
Well, don't need to hurry, because that's the only window that we've got with Zion. Zion will sign one more, like whatever he can.
His big deal.
Whatever. Yeah, he'll sign his big deal with them. Because they'll be able to offer him more than anybody else because of his rookie rights. But that's all they've got.
They've got to be careful with that because, they've got to get it all right, because he could turn around and be Blake. He could have busted knees in 5 years.
So who do you go for as coach, Wayne?
I don't have all the answers, Vince, okay?
No. So the coaches are out of a job right now who've already been head coaches. Is there anyone out there?
I don't know. I don't know that answer, but all I would say is that you need to be very careful you just need to bring in someone who's going to run a style of basketball that's going to fit. These guys are young. They haven't grown up with back to the basket games. They want to shoot, and you've got an Ingram, you've got Alonzo, your point guard who should have the fucking keys out in the open floor. He's incredible.
I'm surprised they didn't go for Rick Carlisle.
God, no.
What do you mean? No. The guy's a championship-winning coach. He coached Jason Kidd. He's coached Luka. He's coached Dirk. He knows what he's doing.
Players don't love him.
Players don't love him. He just spent 50 years in Dallas. You don't stay that long if players don't like you.
Did you say Rick Carlisle?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think of someone else. All good. I've got the names mixed up. Fuck. Who's the one Sprewell choked? I've got my
PJ Cullers.
Yeah, I was like, for some reason I had that in my head when you said his name.
Nah. I mean,
It's like,
I think Scotty Brooks gets judged too harshly. I think he's a good coach. I think he could fit there.
He is a good coach.
I'm just trying to think who'd fit in there. Untried coach, there's massive raps on Jamal Mosley. They reckon he's a really good communicated relationship builder. Sam Cassell's out there.
I'd hire Sam Cassell. Jesus. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I like Sam Cassell, and I think he's paid his dues. He's been an assistant coach for a long time now, and I thought he probably deserved it before Ty Lue. But it depends what kind of system he runs. You know, like, I don't know all their systems. I don't know, especially with like a newcomer. I just feel like that hire has got to be nailed.
It's your job as coach when you go into New Orleans to look at what you've got and present in your interview, present your style.
Sure.
This is how we're going to get the most out of Zion and Ingram and Lonzo together.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're saying, though. You know, it's like that Griffin has got to make that call. Like, he's got to hire the right guy. You can't bring a guy who is going to slow the tempo up when you've got kids on the court that want to get out and run, and they're excited. They're going to put butts in the seat, and you know, like they're going to. You got to obviously they've got to play defense, but they've got to get out and run.
I can see a guy like Cassell, you know, loosening the reins. I think I mean, shit, I don't know him from. I know him as a player. And his demeanour, he comes across as a guy who'd be willing to let him run.
Do you remember that overachieving Nets squad pre everything now?
Yeah.
You got Kenny Atkinson, right? He's got
that guy.
He's got D'Angelo Russell. He's got who else did he have? Who would have had like a young Karis LeVert? He had Jarrett Allen as a rookie. You know, like just Alan Crabb and Carroll and Mitchie Creek was playing for him. And I don't know, that was a young up-and-coming team. And now, as I said just before, he's sitting on the bench with Ty Lue in Los Angeles. And I don't know, man, like I think he's a guy that should be interviewing for a young roster like the Pelicans.
Yep. Proven track record, right? Proven track record. He knows how to get through to the young players.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't running a slowed-up basketball system in that Brooklyn squad. So
no.
I'd even interview Dan Marley.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is he still interested in coaching though? Is that still his thing?
I have no idea, but I'd definitely ask the question.
I know he was pitching forever for Phoenix and they just wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was last thing I read on it came across like he was a bit defeated about it all, to be honest, but maybe.
I'd definitely sound him out. Anyone who's coached under Pop, I'd sound them out.
And then we'll get the once all the coaches are hired, then we'll get the big rumblings about why didn't Patrick Ewing get hired?
Yeah,
totally about Patrick Ewing.
Because we have to get those every year.
Yeah, I think he's pretty happy in Georgetown right now.
Oh, I'd say he would be, but every single year we get the same old story. Apart from that, what else has been going on? What have we missed?
Oh, I don't know. I think, DeMarcus Cousins stepping down after signing with Brooklyn, the heart murmurs.
You mean LaMarcus Aldridge?
What?
That's what I said, right?
No, he said DeMarcus Cousins.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm tired, boys. I'm tired. I'm so sorry. Can't even think straight.
Yeah, no, we covered that.
Did we? No.
Yeah, I thought we did on the pod.
Yeah, we covered that. We recorded back then.
Well, we do have Basketball Christmas coming up.
We do. I'll have to do a bit of research. I know a lot of the players coming out, but I don't know a lot about the teams and the orders.
I don't know anything about the players coming out, and all I know is Detroit's got pick one.
They sure do. Oh man, exciting!
God, I hope they don't fuck it up.
Who will be the next Portis Jr.?
Hilarious.
Well, I think, I don't know. I think, I think it's unanimous. Whether or not you're going for the Bucks or whether or not you're going for Phoenix, I don't think anybody's going to pick Milwaukee tomorrow.
I'm picking Milwaukee tomorrow.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm told you. Play the show back later, all right? Play it back later. Milwaukee. Taking game one.
Hey, before we go, speaking of, we'll talk about the Pelicans. Former Sydney King, Didi Lazada, got a few games. Just quietly. Fuck knows how. But he got some games.
What's the connection? Do we have somebody on? Is there an Aussie on the coaching staff?
No, they drafted him and sent him here to play for a bit to get some seasoning, as they say.
Yeah.
But look, I'll say this: from all reports, Diddy is a lovely guy. But geez, I was pretty harsh on him here. But I realize he's only 20. He's only 20.
Yeah. Did you see him play over there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, fucking deer in headlights. He was fucking mate. He was definitely playing with the big boys for the first time. It was definitely eye opening.
And injury prone here with the Kings too.
Yeah.
It's like.
And the funniest thing was he was wearing the last couple of games I saw him play. I think I saw him play 2 or 3 games, but he was wearing fluorescent yellow shoes, and so you couldn't fucking miss him. And every time he missed a shot, or look, obviously late to training camp and things like that. So obviously just learning the sets, but defensively on the rotations, oh my god, he got abused. I watched him against, I think it was James Harden, and my God, it was like me dominating my 7-year-old son. It was awkward to watch, and he was just toying with him, and it was just like, it was one of those like welcome to the NBA moments.
Dang.
But hey, if he sticks though, it's all good experience, right?
Yeah, look, he's got talent. He's just sometimes I think he's a massive confidence player.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Injuries aside, and if the season was a couple of weeks longer, I think our mate Edwards would have made the Rookie of the Year contest a little bit interesting. God, he finished strong. Player.
I'm sorry. He deserved it.
Nah.
I am all Edwards for Rookie of the Year.
I think we'll look back in 10 years.
Well, missed games. He's always missed games due to injury, and he still fucking wins it. Rubbish. He was pretty good. He
had a huge impact on that team, though. Huge impact on that team.
He did, man. He did. He had a big, better record too.
Michael gets the under the fucking table wristy from fucking Silver. Jesus Christ!
Damn, Wayne's
there's no way he deserved it.
It's a family show.
It is.
Anyway. But in terms of upside, holy Christ!
Before we go, we forgot to cover Scottie Pippen and what he said.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's got a book coming out and he's promoting his grog. What else is there to say? Like, what a jockey.
Promoting his grog.
Some of those comments were fucking atrocious.
What a fucking deal. I mean, like Charles Barkley said, he's burning all his bridges.
Yeah.
And when he was on the Dan Eisen show, he was half cut.
I think he's a bit pissed because rappers are banging his ex-wife now, and
well, she's an ex-wife. She can do whatever she wants. But he was really rude to the host. Like, he's like, "Do you understand English?" And it's like, "You're half cut, Pip. Like, promote your whiskey, but don't get pissed and come on the show."
Yeah, he's really into bitter old man zone, right?
He is, man.
I think Barkley summed it up. Like, we're all disappointed in him. So, you know what I mean? Like I don't think I've had one or read one comment from fans who have defended him at all either.
He fucking said that Phil Jackson was racist because he gave Coach that shot. Like, he
The only thing I'll say to that, Stu, is that I haven't heard players come out and oppose it, really.
Maybe I don't think anybody wants to give it any airtime.
It's just ridiculous, though, right? Like, it's just...
But if you look at someone showed the footage of the last 2 minutes of the game, and Phil put the ball in Scotty's hand 2 or 3 times, and he put up absolute shocking shots.
Yep.
Couldn't get it done. And then he's turned to Kukoc, who's been doing it all year. Who, was a rookie, but he was 25 years old and he's been playing professionally in Europe all his life.
Yeah,
So
he was easily the better shooter.
I'll say this. I could not see Pippen hitting that shot that Kukoc hit.
Nah.
Not in the repertoire. Not back to the basket, turn, let it fly, lefty, nothing but net. Like,
mate, he proved it when he couldn't get the shot off with 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Or multiple
Fucking
shots.
talk about game-winning shots. Did you see that shot that Saturansky hit when he knocked out Canada?
yes.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, he got it away over Lou Dort, and with all due respect, like Dort's a good defender, and Dort was all over him, and it lost him a little bit on a stutter step to get himself free, but made up the ground really quickly and contested this shot. And Saturansky, to his credit, got it off with no time on the clock and knocked out Team Canada. A huge disappointment with the talent that they've got.
Yeah.
Of all the stories we'll talk about in the off season of trades, I don't think people should underestimate how big a disappointment Team Canada are to their country when it comes to not being able to qualify. It's obscene. I know that they were without Jamal Murray because of his injury, and Gilgeous Alexander sat because of injury as well. But apart from that, they were stacked.
Did Tristan Thompson play?
He's on the roster. I don't know if he played that game. He's on the roster.
Okay.
Good point.
Oh, Jesus, a lot of talent there, isn't there? Jesus.
Oh, dude, I mean, they had
RJ
Wiggins and Barrett, and But anyway, at least their national players play for their fucking team.
Yeah, true that.
It's getting hot in here.
Ben Thorne.
So there we go.
It's been emotional.
Lakers in 4 next year.
Next year, Lakers in 4.
You
It's
may
never too
laugh,
early.
mate. You remember what I said? Okay, mark the time, the date, whatever you want. Tattoo it on your forehead. Lakers in 4 NBA Finals next season.
Oh, Jesus.
Enjoy this, the new teams this year. Enjoy it. It's only lasting this year.
It's true. Enjoy your Suns in 4.
Here it comes.
Watch out!